funny, that little thing.
Okay, I'll call the August 31st meeting of the Falmouth Conservation Commission to order. First on the agenda is minutes of the August 24th, 2016 meeting.
Okay, I've read those and I find them good. I don't have any changes.
I had one change, and that was on page 13, that I also stated that there should be no uplighting in A buffers also. And the correction is right there in red.
I have a question. On page 4, we're talking about this 199 Surf Drive project, and Jack Landers Colley is speaking, and it says there, the proposed lot coverage is 22 by 6. So that strikes me as that can't be right. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm wondering if anybody remembers, is it the proposed lot coverage, or the increase in the proposed lot coverage, that even that?
I think it was 22%.
Okay.
22%.
Yeah, okay.
The lot coverage is done by percent.
Yeah, I know, so, okay.
I think it's around
But actually it was 23.
I think it's
23.
Actually,
23.
now that I think of it, I
22.
should have that.
Because I remember thinking it was 23.
It's 23.7 or something.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was going to tag them on it because it's a zoning thing.
Yeah.
Also, another question on page 8. Maury speaking on the bottom of the page, it says Rosa rugosa is habitat and you should replace it. My recollection is that you were arguing that it shouldn't be replaced, is that right?
Right, I was
Okay.
arguing that it should be replaced with native species, that you can't take plants out of the A buffer and then
Oh,
not.
okay.
That's what
all
she
right.
did say.
Okay,
It was Courtney that said that there was the,
Right.
we used to be able to.
leave it alone.
Tell them to plant it
All right.
and then told it.
And I have 2 other little typos, but I can just hand them to Susan. They're nothing.
Okay, with those changes, I amend my motion.
Second.
But I still move to accept.
Okay, so motion by Betsy and a second by Maury. Any other comments, questions? Okay, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor of accepting the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved.
Did you vote on 720? Because that's on here.
Yeah, remember Susan, it's the one we didn't get?
Oh, but I sent it
When?
last week.
Okay, then I'll have Courtney go back through and look at it.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten them.
Okay.
Yeah, Courtney might have just missed it, so I'll write myself notes while you guys are roll calling your way into executive session.
Okay, next thing is executive session. So I'm going to make a motion. I move that we go into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to anticipated litigation, and that's in regards to Perch Pond Preservation, Inc., DEP file number SE 25-4142, because an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the litigation position of the commission. And this will be done by roll call vote, please.
Do we have a
Or you
second?
need a second.
Second?
Oh, yeah, I do
We
need a
usually
second.
have you ask someone to make that
That's
motion.
true.
So I make the motion.
I second it.
Motion and a second by Betsy. So did you get that? So Betsy gave me the motion and Maury the second. Okay, we'll call the roll then. Mark Gurney?
Yes.
Mary Schumacher?
Aye.
Jamie Matthews?
Aye.
Betsy
Gladfelter, aye.
Gladfelder? Ms. Gladfelder, you don't?
Gladfelder, aye.
Okay.
Carlo Hawk's eye.
Kristen Alexander, here.
Russ Robbins, aye.
You have to vote to do
We
that.
have to.
Yes,
we
I
have
make
to-
a motion to close executive session and reopen the meeting.
Second.
Kristen? That was all.
I have to say Alexander, aye.
Alexander, aye.
Kyle Hawk's eye.
Robin's eye.
Gladfelter, aye.
Matthews, aye.
Schumacher, aye. We opened the meeting, you can vote on that.
Aye, yes, whatever, like an aye or yes.
Your last name,
Can I take
and then
this,
aye.
or do you need?
So unanimous on that vote to close executive session and reopen.
I can make a copy tonight.
All right.
You know what, I can go make a copy of it.
All right, so first up is request for determination of applicability. Also, before I start, any cell phones, electronic devices, if you could please silence them, greatly appreciated. If you're here to speak on a hearing, we encourage you to do so. We just ask you to take the podium, speak into the microphone. If you leave the podium for some reason, take it with you, because we are being recorded by FCTV, and it's part of the record, so. Okay, request for determination of applicability. Sienna Escadar, 45, Nauset Ave East, North Falmouth, Mass. Permission to remove the existing 30-foot by 50-foot concrete patio, a 7.5 by 8-foot concrete pad, remove fill to accommodate a base and paver patio, add natural stepping stones, install 2 dry wells to replace 2 white oaks required from the previous RDA with 2 tupelos and the vista prune. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the staff has reviewed the project. We are recommending a -2 under the state and the bylaw with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Maury, and a second by
Let's see.
Betsy. Any other comments, questions? Thanks.
I have one question. Why with
Okay, ask me.
the decline in the oaks, why are we replacing the tupelas?
Hi, I'm Angela Tanner, I'm with Raposa Landscape. I met with Mark Kaspersick on site, and he was the one that requested that they be replaced with tupelas.
Okay. I'm just curious. I mean, we were already losing so many, I would think we would try to start gaining
Are they-
more.
Well, I
By the
think he was
water?
worried they wouldn't make
Survive.
it because they're not doing very well right now, so he wanted something that would survive.
Well, if you don't take care of things, nothing survives, so.
True.
Okay, that's all. If Mark's happy with it, I'm happy with it, but I'm gonna talk to him about it.
Please do.
I will.
Anything else? Betsy, you good? Any other comments, questions from the public? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. For a -2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved. Laurie Fife.
Fife.
Fife, I like that better, Fife. Laurie Fife, 46 Paola Drive, East Falmouth, Mass. With permission to install a new Title V sewage disposal system. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we are recommending a -2 under the state and the bylaw with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mary and a second by Jamie. Comments, questions? Comments, questions from the board? Comments, questions from the public? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved. All right, Ralph Sapana,
I can't help you with this one.
No.
Ciampa.
Ciampa?
Ciampa? Ralph Ciampa, I apologize to Ralph. 45 Oak Ridge Road, East Falmouth, Mass. With permission to remove and reconstruct the existing deck with stairs. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we are recommending a -2 under the bylaw and -3 under the state with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Betsy, second by Mary. Any other comments, questions from the board? Comments, questions from the public? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved. John Drewley, 345 Hattsville Road, East Falmouth, Mass. For permission to vista prune in accordance with the Falmouth wetland regulation. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we are recommending a -2 under the bylaw and -3 under the state with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Maury and a second by Betsy. Any other comments or questions from the board? Comments, questions from the public? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved. Request for determination of applicability, continued request for continued request for determination of applicability. Gregory and Carol Mills, 83 Walker Street, Falmouth, Mass., with permission to raise and reconstruct the existing four-bedroom, single-family house with attached garage, deck with stairs, porch, install driveway, utilities, outdoor shower, and associated clearing, excavating, grading, and landscaping. Is that wording in the phrase? Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we are recommending a -2 under the state and the bylaw with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Maureen, second by Betsy. Any comments, questions from the board? Comments, questions from the public?
You're saying it's a rinse station?
It's a rinse station, yeah. Change that to rinse station. Okay. Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Abstentions unanimous, so moved. Request for a hearing under notice of intent. All hearings of the Falmouth Conservation Commission are held simultaneously under the authority of the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act and the Falmouth Wetlands Bylaw. Although a single decision of the commission is issued, it represents a separate decision under each authority. And first up is Allison Ziano, 3 Valley Road, and lot number 30, Valley Road, map 37-04-008-130, Falmouth, Mass., for permission to construct an in-ground swimming pool, a 17 by 25 pool shed, pool fence, screen porch, install dry well, rinse station, relocate the shed, and associated clearing, excavating, grading, and landscaping. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'll save any of my comments until after Mike's presentation.
Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. My name is Michael Borselli from Falmouth Engineering, and I represent the applicant, Allison Zeno. I'm here tonight to hopefully gain permission to do some improvements on Allison's property. The property is on the corner of Sippawisset and Valley Road, which is part of Racing Beach. There's an existing single-family dwelling on the property. In this location, driveway, typical landscaping and appurtenances. This portion of the property is wooded. The trees that exist are shown on the plan. The wetland resources in question include a coastal bank, which is on the south side of Valley Road, across the street from the property. There's actually a small stream that comes up into this area, and it qualifies as a river, and the Rivers Act applies to the project. So we show the no disturbance zone A and outer buffer zone B to the coastal bank. We also show the inner 100-foot and outer 100-foot riverfront area from the edge of that river. On the north side of the property, there is a bowl within the woodland that happens to be in a flood zone AD16 and is just steep enough to meet the definition of a coastal bank. So we've shown it as a coastal bank. It is the type of coastal bank that you identify as not having a no disturbance zone A associated with it because it is not nearby to any other wetland. It's not adjacent to any other wetland. So it's a non-eroding coastal bank, wooded, stable. So when there's no disturbance zone A, since both A and B must equal 100, the outer buffer zone B in this case is 100, and we've shown that on the plan. We met early on with Jan to go over this project, and she gave us some feedback and some suggestions. The project is to create a space behind the house that would allow for a pool and a terrace and a pool house. And that's shown on the plan. There's also a proposal to convert an existing deck to a screen porch and to design a backyard space that, where everything all works together. The original design, we had shown this component, the pool and the pool house, shifted further south, that put it, a portion of it within the riverfront area, and after meeting with Jen, she encouraged us to change that, and we listened, and we shifted so that everything, except, I think that Jen had made mention of some minor area, but everything is effectively outside the riverfront area. It is within the outer buffer zone B to that coastal bank. It's not on the bank, but it's nearby to this area considered a coastal bank. We're proposing to install a dry well that would be available if the pool had to be drawn down. There is a rinse station as well that would be connected to that dry well. And there's a small area of planting that is voluntary native planting adjacent to the pool. Bernice Waller was the designer, and the plant list is on our plan. I think that sums it up. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Mike. Jen?
Mike, down by the riverfront, there is, it looks like where you have your stream delineated, there is a small little kind of like BVW fringe around there.
Okay.
Not gonna make you put it on the plan because it's not gonna impact the project, but what I am gonna do is I am gonna have them make a finding that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just for future reference on other properties.
Sure.
Okay. But Mark went traipsing down there and found it, but he's not too concerned that it's not on the plan, but I just don't be surprised when you see the finding, okay?
Sure.
And as far as the pool terrace, yes, it is in the riverfront. I'm not gonna make you go through the whole alternatives analysis for that, because it's basically, I mean, the part of the house and the screened-in porch is within that zone too, but thank you for moving the majority of the pool out of there, because that was going to be, I was gonna have some difficulty with that. So, other than that, we went out to the site, you're fine.
Thank you.
Section?
Mm-hmm.
Betsy?
I have no problems. I'm just saying, where they have screened porch, they already have a porch there,
Yeah.
So that's
and
just
a deck,
screened in.
and they have something here too, where it says pool terrace.
Terrace,
and they
okay.
have- it's,
The
you know,
deck,
Well, it's-
yeah, the deck,
They have a deck, so
yeah,
they're not adding anything to that area.
okay.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Jamie?
Mike, what did you say the drawdown is? Did you say it?
I didn't, no.
Is there gonna be one?
I don't know enough about the pool maintenance, but I know that there's always a potential to do some drawdown, so I showed the dry well just so we have an opportunity to pump into that. I don't know much about the pool as far as the maintenance part.
Lot 130 is not developed, correct?
Correct.
But I asked about that, they advertised both lots.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Both lots were advertised. I asked about that too.
Just making sure you're paying attention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
No, but it's shifting the property line, right, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah.
You all set, Jamie?
Yes.
Thank you. Mary?
It's a single owner for these lots? or-
Yes.
Okay, that's all for me.
Thank you. Mark?
I have nothing.
Maury?
Have the lots already been divided or changed?
We're filing an A&R with the planning board,
And there's enough land on both of them, okay.
yeah, it's interesting, what we have to do, both of these lots are undersized because the minimum lot size today is 40,000 square feet. So since both lots are undersized, we have to make the end result, both lots continue to have the same area. So we do a swap of this piece and we have to give back to this so that the net result is both lots have the same area.
That are both roughly 30,000 square feet?
Yes.
Okay. And then, The next question I have is, how far is the leach field from the pool?
We actually designed it to be 20, we designed the pool to meet the 20-foot setback to the leaching field.
Okay.
In fact, we have to have an inspector go out and probe around and find the edges of the stone.
That's what I was worried about. 'cause it's an older-
Surveyed it, and then we backed into the pool edge location.
Yeah, that could get ugly. Limit of, the oak, you're gonna get rid of that one oak on the corner by the pool? Because it doesn't have an X through it.
So this one here, yes.
You should mark the ones you're gonna get rid of, because I'm hoping the other three aren't going, because they're outside the limit of work.
They're also
The
outlining
18, 12, and the 10.
yeah, they're also outside the pool fence.
Right,
So
but
that one was in the pool fence, so
as
we
long as
just,
they don't see the new property line as the limit of work kind of line, because those 3 oaks are healthy and nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah, the one tree is proposed to be removed.
Yeah, the pine and the oak, okay. The pine in the pool and the oak that's to the corner of the pool.
Right.
They wouldn't want to save that oak, would they? 14-inch healthy oak.
This one right here?
No, yeah, I'm
There's
sorry,
two
yes.
of them.
Like,
There's
who's
one
that?
here.
Who's that? Yeah, that, but the 8-inch wasn't that. So they're going, okay. Only because I know there are a lot of oak trees, but they're not on their lot. They're on the other lot. So if that gets developed, those are all gonna be gone too. Or a lot of them.
I think they were concerned about the leaf drop and the close proximity to the pool and the shading of the pool.
And the roots, I'm sure. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Kristen?
Nothing for me.
Oh, one last question. Jen, how are you with the smooth hydrangeas and the planting list for mitigation and restoration? Highwood, cranberry, sweet gale, sweet pepper bush, and arrowwood, and then there was a smooth hydrangea.
Mike, where are they proposing the smooth
I
hydrangea?
don't even know where they're planting, it's not here.
They're planting a mixture in here. They didn't specify exactly.
Oh, proposed plantings refer to list.
Yeah, the landscape plan hadn't been developed.
It's the thing, Maury, they're inside that pool fence,
Pool
so I
fence.
really don't
Yeah, it's
have
more
that
of a-
much of a heartburn with the smooth hydrangeas. If you don't want them, then we'll
no.
take them out.
No, that's.
But as long as they're inside that pool fence,
I just don't know what, she doesn't tell you how many, so is it gonna be all hydrangeas and one little pepper bush here and
well,
there?
we like to put equal mix of all of them in your order of conditions, so.
Okay, I know you'll.
Or certainly work with Jen on that and make sure it's not, 90% hydrangeas.
Yeah,
Even
that's
though
what I was
Betsy
worried
likes
about.
hydrangeas, but probably not that much.
You wouldn't really like the smooth hydrangea.
I don't like lots of anything. I like mixed stuff.
That's all, thank you.
Yes.
Similar, there is no actual mitigation required, correct?
Correct.
So this is landscaping, and I guess you could say improvement.
Right.
And if you're going to make the change with, marking that 8-inch oak for removal, you might want to, in your planting notes, take out the word mitigation, since there's no mitigation. But I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it if that would be the only change.
I didn't make the plan change, I might as well do it.
At the risk of triggering Jamie, I'm going to make a motion to close this hearing and call it, put it under advisement. Take it under advisement.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion by Betsy and a second by Maury to close the hearing and take it under advisement. Any other comments or questions from the board? Comments or questions from the public? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of closing the hearing, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved.
Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, yeah, yep,
Yeah.
okay, I see what you're saying. All right. So I'm gonna take these out of order.
Terribly.
I'm gonna take buildings first. All right, so next up is John Billings, 57 Gunning Point Road, Falmouth, Mass. Request to amend the existing order of conditions, DEP 25-4049, to eliminate the proposed deck, modify the proposed foundation to include basement access stairs in the front landing, construct a 2-foot stone retaining wall and steps with a raised lawn patio in lieu of the approved deck and stepping stone walkway. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'll save any of my comments until after Joel's presentation, but I did review this with Jeff Johnson prior to this hearing, and the staff was okay with the small amendment.
Cool.
Evening, Joe, McGrath. Like you said, there's some small changes to this previously approved project. It's a buffer zone project, whereas the zone A is fully vegetated, so there wasn't any additional. We're actually reducing structure within that FWR zone B by removing that deck and then putting in raised lawn patio up in that same area. We're not getting any closer to the resources, and we are reducing the amount of impervious areas there. We are also proposing to add some steps that access the basement to the rear of the building, and a slight change to add a landing out in front of the house. No other changes to the limit of work, the actual location of the house itself, or the Type 5 system, so it's a minor change to a previously approved project, and I welcome any questions.
Okay. Jen?
No comment.
Maureen?
No comment.
None for me.
Betsy?
Fine with me.
Jamie?
I'm good, thanks.
Mary?
It's fine.
Mark? Okay, what's your pleasure?
Move to close the hearing and take it under advisement.
Second.
Motion by Betsy to close the hearing, take it as advisement, second by Jamie. Any other comments or questions? Comments, questions from the public? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Good night, Mike.
All right.
You're good.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, the next request is Mary Alice Carroll, 23 Zell Street, East Falmouth, Mass. Request to amend the existing order of conditions, DEP 25-4138, to remove the existing driveway, reconfigure the approved driveway, and install a walkway and patio. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I will save any of my comments until after Joel's presentation.
Evening again, Joel.
Good evening. Once again, Joel Kubik from Holmes McGrath. So this project, again, was recently approved for the single-family home. There was reconstruction of an existing home. There is a guest house on the property that was approved years ago and is not being touched by this project. The previous existing house, you can see, was about 36 feet from the man-made coastal bank there. There was a deck that was out in that area. So by moving the house back, there's actually a reduction in the overall impervious area in the conservation area, so there's actually no mitigation planting required for this because there was a net decrease. There's a slight increase by adding this patio back. Again, there was a patio in this general area before. That wasn't brought up in the previous proposal, and that's why we're making an amendment now to make that change, to add that in. Again, it's still further from the resource area than what existed before. And the only other change that we're requesting right now is this was a roundabout driveway in the previous amended order, and we're squaring that off. There was a connection from this Westminster Street driveway that went all the way through to Zell Street behind the guest house, and they're getting rid of that connection between this driveway and the existing driveway to the guest house. So again, there's no mitigation planting required. It's still an increase from the previous setback to the resource area, and I'd welcome any questions you have on this project.
Jen, do you have,
I do, it's right in front of me. Okay, I took it, I know, I'm sorry, I'll give it back to you in 1 second.
I have
Okay.
other copies if you want.
No, it's okay. You all set, Joel?
I am.
Good, Jill.
Talk to me about that patio. Because that patio was used in the calculations for Zone A at the
Yeah.
beginning.
The removal of the patio?
Yes.
Yeah. So, there was a removal, the numbers changed slightly. From,
Joel, the only thing I'm having trouble with is your patio.
Okay. What's your trouble with it, Jen?
I'm kind of wondering how you're reducing okay, let me go back to I'm going back to your 12-14, your 12-14 plan, so give me a second. So you're adding patio back
In the Zone B?
no.
Yes.
Where's your Zone B line?
Yes, you got several copies. of
Buffer
the-
zone, oh, I got it, right here. A.
So it sneaks around right there.
Yep, it sneaks around, okay.
Yeah.
So I have -77 in Zone B.
And it used to be negative
Okay,
417.
all right. That's where my confusion was the 297. For some reason, I was looking at the wrong line. Maury, do you want to see this? I know you had
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, I see it. I was looking at the wrong line. Sorry about that. You want to take this? You can. I can put all the plans back later. Here. You want this?
I don't need it now, I filled it out.
Oh, okay. So here is the 12-14 plan. Maury? My mistake, Joel, I was seriously looking at the wrong
It's
line.
all right, yeah, it squiggles around there. It's
Yeah, this
a
is,
lot of lines on this plan, a lot of different zones.
And I couldn't understand why it was still 297 and 297. I'm like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I have to double check.
I don't have any issue with the driveway or the parking court.
Okay.
Although, can they just pick a parking court?
We're getting there.
Okay. We've seen like 3 or 4 designs on a parking court. It's like, let's narrow it down.
Yeah.
what is the difference in the size of the parking court from the old one?
The overall area, I mean, there's a tiny amount that's actually in that Zone B corner, on the rectangular, the square.
It would have been nice if you did an overlay, because not all of us carry around our old plans forever.
Yeah, Joel,
I mean, we love-
next time.
We love you
Okay.
and your projects,
I'll get
but
some, like,
Yeah, no, next time it would be really
PowerPoints.
helpful, a PowerPoint or even like the overlays, just to, so we can see from, the because this plan has had 3 different amendments, and it's really difficult for us to like kind of crunch through the numbers.
And remember which happened when, sequence.
So it's mostly
Yeah.
all outside the Zone B. It wasn't
Yeah.
a huge concern for us, it's still a pervious driveway, but I do understand the concern.
Maury, when you're done with that plan, let me have it.
you know, that's what I wrote about that.
Not all the way through, yeah, and they still.
Thank you, Kristen. I got it. Maury, do you want an overlay? Do you want to continue it for an overlay, just so you're comfortable?
Well, it's in the B buffer, so I'm not that concerned, really.
Okay.
But when we get amendments over and over, you know, it's like the shell game, and eventually the original plan doesn't even exist anymore in our brain.
Yes.
It's roughly 25 square feet of driveway in the Zone B there. With that new,
And no other
configuration.
trees are being taken down?
What's that?
No trees are being taken down?
No, there's no trees in that area, that's all lawn, and the septic system, so there weren't any trees there.
Because I remember there was that discussion about that one cedar.
We had looked at actually moving that inside the round driveway, but then it would have been outside the Zone B, and it would have been tough for the Conservation Commission to
Approve of it.
Approve that.
to handle that, so it was intended to be moved, and I believe that was part of the original order.
So now it's not being moved.
It is still being moved. And
Where?
It's shown on the plan there, where,
Between the
in
two
between the
houses,
guest
I
house
think.
and the main
In
house,
between the
that
two
dark
houses.
circle,
It's still in the,
it's still in there. That's the proposed location of it.
Yeah, right
Again,
here.
it's still,
right there.
It's the big star.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right there.
so that's still under your previous determination that had to remain healthy, and so obviously when we go to this, the compliance stage of this whole thing,
Well, I think
if
when-
there's a problem with it, then we'd have to move it, replace it.
I would
whatever
reiterate
happens.
that in the next in this amended, that the same size goes back, and it's gonna go probably more in the A buffer than right where it is right now.
Is that 10 again?
I'm not feeling warm and comfortable about, there's a landscape bed and, you know, whatever, but we'll see what happens. They could miraculously keep it alive.
This is a 10, older.
Joel, what's the elevation of the parking?
Where's my orange
Is
marker?
the parking gonna be flat?
Fairly flat,
Here it
obviously it's got to pitch the water off of it, and we're trying to pitch that in between the guest house and the
I see
main
it now,
house.
yeah, the
There's a
9, right here,
uh,
the 9.8, and the 10.5, so it's.
Yeah, Joel, you gotta keep the water on your property.
It's
See,
They're pitching it that way?
pervious
How come that says
driveway,
10?
and it is staying.
this.
Oh, I
think,
see,
is a-
that's 10,
Yeah.
that's 10.5, that's 10.
What's the
Nine.
material it's gonna be made out of?
It's either seashell or crushed stone. I don't know that they've actually finally determined that yet, but pervious.
Because I remember this, the neighbor had a concern, real
Yeah,
concern.
big
I
concern.
believe the guest house driveway is crushed stone, if I'm not mistaken, so I think they're probably going to stick with that.
That's it?
Goes out to Zone Street. There's 2 ways into this place. This place.
Oh, yeah. But is that the driveway?
Could you point out the driveway on the plan?
On which, on the, of the
On
guest?
the guest house?
Yeah, where's the driveway?
Because
in
I'm
the
looking
guest
at the
house?
landscape plan, I don't see a driveway.
Zell Street comes right like this.
Oh,
You
it's
can
on
see
front.
The sides of Zell Street, yep, and then there's a garage at this end,
Right here.
right here.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah.
So, and
And then
there's parking
there's
right next to it
a
as well.
driveway that
so
goes around the side too.
The driveway is short.
Oh, but no more.
Where it says 11.9?
That's what I'm
11.9
Correct,
up?
yeah, that area there is existing.
That's the driveway?
But I think you
Well,
go
that-
this
that's
way.
parking area.
You go this
but
way.
That end
Here's
of the
the car.
building is a garage.
Okay.
I make a
Where's
motion
the
to close the hearing and take it under advisement.
Second.
A motion by Betsy to close the hearing, take it under advisement, second by Mary. Any other comments or questions from the board? Everybody good? Okay. Any questions, comments from the public? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Close the hearing, take it under advisement. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. Abstentions, unanimous, so moved.
Thank you, Joel. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong line. Night, Sam.
Sam!
Sam, you just look like you were running outside the door, like chasing him. Wow.
All right, moving right along. Vote order of conditions. 401 Green Harbor Road.
Yes, Mark is.
I think it's actually 40 Green Harbor.
That's what I was gonna say, because Mike,
Oh,
40 Green Harbor.
40 Green Harbor. So
Sorry
we're-
about that.
We're still okay with voting that anyway, right?
Give me 1 second, I lost it. Oh, wait, no, I found it.
Construct a 3-season room, expand kitchen and existing deck, all to
wait.
replace the swimming pool and the footprint. Do we have we have a quorum
I'm
on
like,
this?
yes. Everybody.
Yeah, but we were all here. This is last week.
Courtney didn't call tonight.
Drain, dewatering, no irrigation.
And no fertilizer.
Supposedly, copies of the air conditioners.
Well, we talked about the water from the pool, where it would go.
Yeah, cool drain.
We don't normally get.
So were we gonna require a dry well?
Yep, pool drainage, Irrigation and no fertilizer, those were my notes.
Yeah.
A dewatering basin was also
Yeah, that's what I got,
concerned.
special condition drain, question mark, dewatering basin, no irrigation.
We didn't talk about a dry well, we talked about wattles on the front yard. I'm looking at the notes from last week.
Yeah, because they were gonna drain it off into this area, they were gonna pump it over to here. Russell,
Here.
remember?
Yes.
Pump the water and just let it do whatever
But
its
then
thing
we-
is
'cause
right
this is
there.
saltwater pool though, right?
Yes,
And our concern was they were gonna put the hose right over the
yes.
riprap and it's gonna get drained into the ocean.
Right.
Right.
Because that would be the path of least resistance.
No draining into Green Pond. Here, we'll actually spell that out for them, so
Yes.
it's clear.
And there is a town bylaw, so they might wanna read that one too.
The town bylaw.
It was voted at town meeting.
No, I
last year.
understand that. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You remember this one.
Mr. Bunker, I will put a dry well in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maury.
Those little synapse touch once in a while.
I know.
I'll have him
And it's
submit
easy-
new plan,
And it's easy to miss stuff, too.
submit revised plan.
Yeah.
Got it.
I will put a dry well, make sure it's adequate capacity, and Jamie said an overflow tank's a good idea.
Words of wisdom.
Dry well with overflow tank.
That is a good idea.
And I said, can we condition these? And Maury said, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I take Susan's notes. Very important when you're voting.
They will tell you.
But I gave mine away. Oh, that's right. All I did was, I printed this all out, but I just took these pages with me.
something that's stressing you out?
Okay, anything else?
I forgot my computer on my right here.
To accept the order as discussed.
Should give me my cell.
Second.
Just call me when I know.
So we have a motion by Jamie to accept as discussed, and a second by Betsy. Anything else? Okay, and I'll call for the vote then. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Abstention unanimous, so moved. Next is 62 Westwood Road.
I have special condition methodology sign off before building permit. What did I mean by that?
Oh, for removing the Japanese knotweed. I asked.
Yes, methodology.
She said, well, we actually don't know.
Not weed.
This was the
Prior.
Rosa Rugosa one.
This is the
To-
Rosa one.
Yeah.
This is the Rosa Rugosa taking it away, and, yeah, and
But there's
that's,
lots of knotweed where the.
not
Rosa
weed
Rugosa
prior
is.
to, sign off on building, got it. Yeah, and we're gonna work, it was Jen Malilla, and we'll help her come up with a methodology in removing knotweed.
So we're gonna let her leave after she, I mean, the thing is to remove the knotweed, it's quite an extensive process. So I don't know how they're gonna,
I mean, there was some concern about all the work they're doing on the bank, so what we can do is meet with them prior to the invasive removal on the bank and have them take a series of pictures. I'm thinking of another project on Westwood, which Maria Hickey did, and we locked it down pretty tight because the invasives were interspersed with all the native, and you were really concerned about a wholesale clearing of that bank. So what we did is we met out there with Maria, had her take a series of pictures, submit them to us, and then just document the process. And then she would remove the invasives, take another series of pictures, talk to us, then plant the natives. And it worked out pretty well in that case.
so I have a
We
question.
were driving back and forth to Westwood all the time, but that's okay.
Nice out there.
This area where the Rosa
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Rugosa patch and the Japanese knotweed are, It's roughly 400 square feet that they're proposing to remove it all and then put in lawn, 400 extra square feet of lawn that doesn't exist right now. And they're only putting 150 square feet in back. There's actually 550 square feet in this area. And we're only gonna get 150 feet in the A buffer zone. So that was, I guess, my concern, that if they're gonna rip out the Rosa rugosa,
Plant natives again.
well, I just don't think they should be putting a lawn back in.
Yeah,
It's an A buffer, they should be putting.
I agreed when you said that
Yeah.
at the time.
They should be putting in.
You're not supposed to remove plants from an A buffer. We want them to get rid of the knotweed, because that's gonna ruin everything else. But once that's removed, that should continue to be a vegetated A buffer.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Plant Rosa rugosa area with native plants, native shrubs.
With a mix of whatever that she already is proposing, the
Yeah, that's
Virginia
fine.
rose, bayberry, and beach plum. It's a harsh area.
I don't think Virginia rose is gonna do well.
It's not gonna do well at all there. It's gonna get blasted.
They'll
The
learn.
beach plum's even gonna get blasted. Probably the only thing that'll live there is bayberry
Bayberry.
and Rosa rugosa. I'd just do bayberry.
If there's a storm and they have a lot of salt,
Oh, yeah.
salt spray coming in there, it's gonna, everything's gonna burn
Here in an hour.
and not dry.
Beach plum doesn't do, not there. So. All right, you'll give it.
I got it.
You got it.
And do you want me to condition the, what am I saying? The invasive removal like we did with the other
Yes,
project on
yes.
Westwood?
Yes.
Okay. It worked out well. We
Yeah.
were able to keep a close eye on the project, and it worked out well.
That we adopt as discussed.
Second.
Motion to adopt, discussed by Betsy, second by Lori. Any other comments, questions? Comments, questions? Questions from the public?
Oh. Kristen, can you
All
send
those in
this
favor
down?
say
to-
aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Abstentions unanimous, so moved.
Betsy, put that in the Valley Road file for me, please.
May I have I need another motion.
I make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
And
Motion
please, make me do it.
Sorry.
It's always the most popular.
Second.
Okay, motion to adjourn by Maury and seconded by Jamie. To adjourn.
I told them.
Okay, I'm gonna call for the vote on the adjourn. Sure. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Abstentions unanimous, so moved. We're adjourned.